And welcome to the 700 Club Canada, Jemal Damtawe once again. Man, you know, when I looked at this book, Forced Paths and Ordered Steps, it is a must read. I mean, I can't even do justice in the time that we're sitting here because it just seems like it is one of those reads that from beginning to end, it's a roller coaster ride. But for those that have no concept of being a child soldier, at what age did you become a child soldier?
Well, I was 15.
And that was just an ordinary day, and what happened?
Just was a school and young kids and just going to school every day and it just surprised us.
Yeah.
And then they just kidnapped. And it was 2 years in the military, just so many nightmares, so many shooting and no break at all.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to just conceive how that would be, you know, a life. But how'd you get to Canada?
I came in Canada in stowaway, the second stowaway. So we went to first, when we were in stowaway, we got thrown away, and then we survived in the island. And then 3 days later, we stayed in the island 3 days, and then the fishermen, they found us, and then we go back home again. And then I was in jail for 6 months. We've been torturing. And because they have civil wars going on, they think I'm spied other country. I was in Eritrea.
So they're torturing you?
They're torturing 6 months. Every morning they wake us up, and then they take us in the torture room. They just beat us and butt up their feet. And finally, the war is getting worse, and Ethiopia, the Eritrea, they hit the area where we are, and Asmara, they hit the jail area, so we have to release from the jail.
Wow, and it's only because of a bomb from Eritrea that opened up the jail.
That's right. And then we ran to report, and then we went to an Ethiopian ship, and then we come home where I came from, Asab.
Yeah.
So my dad, he's working the ship right there. Yeah. So he was surprised me when he see me because they think I'm dead. And then they do funeral and everything. So it's like I didn't see my family for 3 years and no letter, no nothing. So my dad, he was crying. He would just fall on the floor.
Yes.
And he is happy to see me. And then we went home, and the whole family is crying.
Reunion, yeah. And just the news that you're alive. His son is alive. Yeah. How'd you get here to Montreal?
And then we stole away from me and my friend because of now the word is spread it up. I'm coming from the military, so we're scared. So let's do the store away.
Because if they catch you,
you catch me and then you go to jail.
They'll kill you. Right?
Yeah, you're gonna go. It's not jail. They're gonna kill me. So we start away. We are lucky. The last minute, the ship is gone. We're going to anchor. It's just in the road and. Go hiding for 2 days in the ship, and the ship he left to Ethiopia, and then we went engine like here, and then we get up, we come out from the engine, and the captain he was nice guy, and then he showered us, he gave us room, and we working in the ship for 3 months, and then we end up Quebec City.
Quebec City.
Yeah.
Wow. And what'd you think of Canada when you first came?
It was cold. I want to go back to home. It was freezing cold. Yeah. I told immigration, you know what, I'm not.
Yeah.
And they take me home. And this woman, she was nice. And she took me in the store and she bought me a lot of nice jackets and stuff. And it was Montreal. From Quebec City, 3 days to stay at Quebec City. And then we went to Montreal.
You know, Montreal, you owned a restaurant, and you got married and had a daughter, Bethlehem.
Yeah.
But still, you were restless.
Yeah.
And what happened after that?
I was drinking too much because of the nightmare in the military I have is so much drinking, and then finally I want to escape. I don't want to hurt her and my daughter, so I want to escape. I say, you know what, I need to get out of there, and then I move. I have a cousin in Portland, Oregon. I just moved back to Portland, Oregon.
With going to Portland also opened up gang violence and drugs and addiction. But then you found Union Gospel Mission, one of our partner ministries. What happened there?
I came Vancouver. I was in the homeless. I stay under the bridge, sleeping under the bridge. And one guy, he told me, hey, you have Union Gospel Mission. You have very good hot meal. It's like, okay, I didn't eat a hot meal for a while.
Yes.
So we walk with him, and then we do so many Union Gospel missions. Everybody's welcome. He's outreach worker, and we have a preaching before we go to eat lunch or dinner. So we have like 20 minutes. Every church members come, and outreach worker, they come and preach, and they're announcing about drug and alcohol program. They're announcing for prayer. Just like when I hear the gospel, it is the way out. And I was listening a lot how they treat me so kind and nice and love.
Which is a change from what you had been treated.
A lot of change, even the staff, and just how nice it is. And I keep going there.
Yeah.
Not for the food anymore, just more to listen to the gospel.
The spiritual food.
Yeah, spiritual food.
And how did Jesus capture your heart?
And finally, and I went to SRO, a small room and renting, and me and this girl, we are party.
Yeah.
And then we have 3 days, we doing a lot of cocaine, and finally she went to the girl bathroom one night, and then she didn't come home. She didn't come in the room. So I go outside looking for her, and she didn't make it in my room. She passed away. She's overdosed. And then I was scared. I just like, when I see her is dead, and just like, it bring me in the past when I was in the military.
Yeah.
And it bring everything, is people are around me more dead. And then it bring me, when I was in the States, I have my best friend, he died overdose in front of me. So it bring everything is around. So I run to Eugene. It's like, you know why? Every time I close to anybody, they die. So I just run to Eugene.
And that's when you gave your heart to Jesus.
Yeah, I say, I need help.
Yeah.
And all outreach workers come and say, like, yeah, let's pray for you.
Wow.
We can help you.
When I look at that, and what most people don't know, but that's why I said forced paths, ordered steps. Now you're Reverend Jemal Damtawe, not only a Courage Award winner, but also you're an outreach worker for Union Gospel Mission out on the front line.
Yes.
Tell us what
God
you do.
Is good.
Yes, He is so good. Come on, go God.
After I finished the program, and I was working in the kitchen first and maintenance for 6 months, and then they asked me to work outreach worker. This is the first I said, like, you know what? After I finished the 4-month program, I have my own room and everything, it's my own bedroom, and I moved there. And when I was in the program, I dealing my addiction and my drug and alcohol and everything, and nightmares, counseling. But when I was living by myself, I didn't give it to God. I didn't talk about my sexual addiction, my pornography. So when I was by myself, everything has come up. And then I was like, I have 1 year clean and sober, but I'm trapping with sexual addiction.
Sexual addiction.
I was crying. I was crying, God. I said, God, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then my boss, he asked me, you want to work outreach worker? It's like, I don't think I can do that, because I know my secretary, what I'm doing in my room. And then finally, I was crying to God, I'll be free from that sexual addiction. You know what I did? One night, I was crying to God. I pick up my old computer. I was living in the second floor. I opened the window. I just throw my computer. It's like, I don't need this anymore.
Amen.
Yeah, because all the time when I go to church, I just like feel dirty. I feel like embarrassed. Because every time I do pornography for nighttime, it's just sexual sin. It's like, God, I don't need this anymore.
And God broke it.
Yeah, it just took away. I was just crying, just.
You know, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. My goodness, I tell you, I've heard so much, and my spirit rejoices on what God is able to do when we will dare to trust Him. You've turned the corner. You're with Union Gospel Mission. You're on the streets, on the front line now, and you even did it in the state that you were in, but you have fulfilled the Great Commission.
My new job.
Your new job.
My new job now is outreach workers. I have a rescue mission van. So the van is, they have everything there. They have hot chocolate and sandwich and blankets and jackets. So I go, people, you can't be rich. It's like when I used to live there, it's like under the bridge. I go there under the bridge. I go there in the park. I go there, it's the people living in the tents in the area far away. I go there, spend time with them, pray for them. And tell them about Jesus and bring them back to you, Jim.
Well, from child soldier to soldier of Christ, Reverend Jemal Damtawe. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's called Forest Paths and Ordered Steps. I guarantee you it's a wonderful read. And if you need some help, 1-855-759-0700. Prayer partners are standing by. But now, she was once desperate to die, but Emily is now sharing her good news with you. Watch.
Thanks, Brian.